Are you a casual fan? Do you not watch a lot of basketball and you only know the big names of Wembanyama, LeBron, Curry, Giannis, Luka? But you want to be a ball knower, a ball understander, someone that has crazy player polls and knows every single player that's playing on the screen during an NBA game? Well, this is the video for you. This video will increase your ball knowledge. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about a bunch of niche role players currently in the NBA, and the first one we are going to be talking about is Micah Potter, who you guys might have already known from the 2024 USA Olympics. He was heavily involved in practicing with that team. And Micah Potter was just recently signed by the Portland Trail Blazers to kind of be a backup four for them and add some more shooting to the roster. And when I say shooting, I mean shooting. This guy averaged 42.3% from three on 3.5 attempts per game, almost 68% true shooting for the Pacers last season. And he's played on a couple different teams, including the Jazz and the Pistons, but for his career, I mean, he's averaging 49% from the field and 39% from three, an ultra efficient player. And he's around 6'9", 6'10". He's listed at both on a bunch of different websites, but he played 2 years at Ohio State and 2 years at Wisconsin and went undrafted. And even though he's 28 years old, he's still kind of improving every single season. Like we said, last season, he was going crazy from three, 42.3% on the tanking Pacers. He was getting a great opportunity to go out there and play. And after signing with the Blazers, he's probably going to get a lot more playing opportunities with them as well because of their forward depth is really weak, and also that roster needs a lot of shooting. So when people start asking you, who do you like on the Blazers, say Micah Potter, because everyone's going to be saying Dame Ja Denny, and you're going to be different. Now, the next player we're going to be talking about is on the Clippers, and that is Jordan Miller. Now, he's been on the Clippers for about 4 years now, but he just had a breakout season, averaging 10 points per game in 60 games played in around 22 minutes per game, and shooting 53% from the field and 34.5% from three, 63% true shooting. He is an efficient player as well. And standing at about 6'5", he was drafted in the second round by the Clippers in the 2023 draft, the Wemby draft, and he is only 26 years old. That is not complete unk status, but it's also not like a young player anymore, so he's kind of right there in the middle. But J-Mill had a couple nice games last season, 19 points, 19, 22 on 77% shooting, a couple more 20-point games. I mean, if he can do this more consistently, he's going to be a huge piece of this Clippers team. And his improvement really went under the radar. I mean, last season he only played in 37 games, 4 points per game and only 11 minutes. I mean, most of that was probably Garby time, going to a player that plays in most games and gets minutes throughout the entire game. Jordan Miller is coming next season. Especially with Kawhi getting traded to the Raptors, the Clippers are definitely going into kind of a rebuild, retool mode. I mean, they still have Garland and they're getting back like Ingram and things, but Jordan Miller will be playing more, and I expect him to get even better next season. Now, the next player we're going to be talking about is Jamir Watkins, and this is a very different case than the other players because Jamir's not going to be playing basketball next season. He tore his ACL during Summer League, but man, this dude can hoop, and over last season, he really proved that, and I do think when he comes back, he will be coming back stronger than ever. And I hope he has a speedy recovery, but last season, Jamir Watkins played in 50 games, around 7 points per game, 4 rebounds in 20 minutes, and the efficiency was a little bit low, but guys, he is not making his money on the offensive end. He is a defensive athletic freak. Jamir Watkins is 6'7", and he was drafted with the 43rd pick in the second round of the Cooper Flag draft in 2025. And it's not just the hair and the height, but this guy really reminds me a lot of Stephon Castle on defense. And I mean, look at this fast break dunk he hits right here. Does that not look like Stephon Castle just dunked that ball? But Jamir Watkins is an amazing player, and it sucks to see him go down with that injury. But like I said, I do expect him to have a really good rehab and for him to stay in the gym the entire time trying to get back on the court. I hope the Wizards can hold on to him while he's rehabbing and not release him or drop him or anything like that, because I do think when he comes back, he is going to be an amazing player for them. And if you're a good ball understander and ball knower, then you're going to know that sometimes you have to make long-term investments with your takes, and this is one of the ones I'm taking, and all of you are going to take with me, is Jamir Watkins' 2027-28 season Defensive Player of the Year or Dunk Contest winner, one of the two. Wemby, he's coming for your award. Now, this next player is definitely going to be more known, but I do think he is important for all of you guys to know heading into next season because he's going to be playing a vital role on one of the best teams, and that is Dean Wade. Playing his entire career for the Cavaliers, he's finally on a new team, and that is the Philadelphia 76ers, and last season he played in around 60 games, averaging about 6 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 1.5 assists on about 44-36 shooting. Now, you might say, that's not crazy stats, but when this dude is on the court, their team just seems to start winning. He's He's also a really solid defender. He doesn't foul too much and he plays really good, sound, patient defense. Dean Wade is around 6'9", 6'10", 29 years old, and he was undrafted out of Kansas State. He played all 4 years there. And the reason why I'm saying Dean Wade is a really important player to know for next season is because the new look 76ers need some defensive help. Obviously, they still have Embiid and VJ Edgecombe and Jaylen Brown, who are all solid defenders, but off of the bench, they didn't really have anyone that's a 3-and-D wing that can come lock up after losing like Kelly Oubre Jr. It's safe to say that Dean Wade will be getting a bunch of minutes for the 76ers next season and also getting very difficult defensive assignments. I'm really hoping his three-point percentage can be around 40% next season. That might be asking for a lot, but I think he can do it. And if you guys were waiting for me to mention this game, well, here it is. Against the champion Celtics the year they won the chip, he dropped 20 points, 5 for 5 from 3 in the fourth quarter to help the Cavaliers defeat them. Dean Wade was going absolutely crazy, and he can have stretches like this, so I'm really excited to see him around a team like the 76ers. Now, if you watch all of my videos, including my last video, you know I already glazed this guy, but he's going to get some more glaze in this video, so buckle up. But we are going to be talking about Quenton Jackson, another player that played for the tanking Pacers last season, but in 50 games, he averaged 9 points per game, almost 3 assists per game on 47-35 shooting. A dynamic two guard that can dribble the ball, create his own shot, find teammates, get to the paint, and shoot the three. He can really do everything. The only downside is his frame is still a little skinny, but if he fills out a little bit, man, this dude is going to be a good NBA player. Undrafted out of Texas A&M, he's 6'4", 6'5", 27 years old from Los Angeles, California. And after getting a couple of two-way contracts, one with the Wizards and one with the Pacers, he's actually locked up a guaranteed deal with the Pacers. Getting a fully guaranteed contract, man, this is just so good for Quenton Jackson. He will be on the team for the 26-27 season, and he will be playing minutes. He's only been getting better throughout his NBA career, and he is a really good instinctual defender. As you can see right there, jumping the passing lane, throwing it back to his teammate, and then Andrew Nembhard ends up with the layup. This dude just creates plays on both sides of the ball. And here are his best games from last season. He's had double-doubles with 10 assists in wins against teams like the Warriors. I mean, I cannot wait to see what this guy does next season. And now that you know about him, me and you can be on the Quenton Jackson train. Look at that lob. Hey! All right, now the next player we're going to be talking about is also maybe a little bit more known because he played on a team that has made the conference finals in back-to-back years and the playoffs last season, but that is Jaylen Clark. Now, I feel like Jaylen Clark is very similar to Dean Wade because the bench is going to be really important for the Timberwolves. With no Dante DiVincenzo being out for the entire season, he is going to have to step up. And Jaylen Clark doesn't have any crazy stats or anything like that. Last season, 68 games, only 4 points per game and only 32% from 3, but he really makes his money on the defensive end. Coming out of UCLA in the Wemby draft in the late second round, he's only 24 years old, 6'5", and he's an amazing defender, and he's actually suffered an Achilles tear earlier in his career. But he has shown flashes of being an elite defender and also a decent three-point shooter. If he can step up and get in the gym this summer and be a really good three-point shooter, around 37-38% for the Timberwolves, that is going to take them from a slight title contender to a huge title contender, having a player like that off the bench. Jaylen Clark is definitely a player to remember for next season. Now, the last player we're going to be talking about is definitely going to be the deepest cut for this next season, and that is Isaiah Crawford for the Houston Rockets. Now, if you didn't know, he actually just got officially re-signed on a guaranteed deal to return to the Houston Rockets. This is huge for him. And yes, he's only played in about 14 games last season, 2 points per game on trash efficiency, but that's all Garby time minutes, only 6 minutes per game. So you might be asking, how did he get this extension? Well, he was playing really good in Summer League, dropping a decent amount of points, also getting a lot of rebounds in some of these games, but really proving that he is a solid two-way player. And he's 6'6", and he kind of plays a guard position, so that's a great size for a guard, and also played some of his college ball at Louisiana Tech. He went undrafted in the 2024 NBA draft and played a couple seasons with the Kings until he was on the Rockets. Now, I'm not saying Isaiah Crawford is going to go out there and average 10 points per game or even play at all next season. I just think that he is a player that is developing and could end up being one of those end-of-the-bench pieces on maybe a championship team one year, and I want you guys to know about him now, so when he starts cooking, you're not shocked. You're welcome. You now know a little bit more about some niche NBA role players that are going to be playing next season, or like we said, are going to be long-term investments for the next couple seasons. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. Hype the video, share it with a friend. Let's go, Dodger community. We are building up. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I want want you to comment Jamir Watkins for 2029 MVP. We did this with one of my old videos. If you watched to the end, you commented it. I like all of those comments. I love all of those comments. I'll even pin one of them, but I love you all. Peace.